Thank you for tuning in to Wednesday Inspirational Book Lounge. I'm your host, Anna Murby. Today we welcome back Pastor Hubert Carl as he reads to us the well-known Green Leaf in Drought Time, a harrowing missionary story of a family who gave up everything to do pioneering missions work in inland China. Enjoy the show.
Green Leaf in Drought by Isabel Kuhn, published by China Inland Mission, 1959. Read by Hubert Carl. I thought I'd add some background information on this book. The book started in mid-1950 and ended in mid-1953. What's not in the book, and is never mentioned, is that the Korean War was at exactly the same time. It started in June of 1950 and ended in July 1953. The reason that the communists hated the Matthews so much was not only that they were Christians and believed in God, but the Americans and the Australians were fighting them in the Korean War. He was Australian and she was American. The conclusion. The cloud of battle dust inevitably dims the overall picture of the campaign. Individual soldiers must just trust the strategy of his commander and obey the orders given to him personally. In the spiritual realm, the same is true of the disciples, the soldiers, of Christ. But when the battle is over and the dust is settled, what has happened and the reason for certain orders will become apparent, even to the common soldier. And that day you shall ask me nothing. It is clear to us now that the Lord's purpose in deliberately bringing his servants into the net, that they might leave their message before the eyes of the weak and frightened little church. What you are speaks so loudly I can't hear what you say. All right, the Lord seems to say, then I will seal their lips. I will forbid their preaching. I will increase their drought until it's drier than the Chinese Christians. Then through the lives of my servants, I will prove that green leaves are still possible, and that my promise, the Lord shall satisfy their soul in drought, Isaiah 58, verse 11, is for my children's use today. Was the Chinese Christian falsely accused? So were Arthur and Wilder Matthews. Was he persecuted? So were they. Was he attacked by sickness and bereavement without much medical aid? So were they. Was he laughed at, jeered at, constantly humiliated? So were they. Was he tantalized by spurious promises of release? So were they. Was he forced to do menial work, thought very degrading? Much more Arthur Matthews. None of Arthur's social status among those who looked on was asked to mold sheep dung and coal dust with their bare hands. None of the little church was forced to give up social interaction with their fellows and live, so to speak, in silence. But the Matthews family were. And yet as trial piled upon trial, as the ground, their human comforts, grew so parched with drought that it threatened to crack open, their leaf was still green. Every evening the sound of singing and praise to the Lord ascended. All the courtyard had heard when the father ordered the milk for the little one to be discontinued for lack of funds. Yet that very evening they not only sang, but the song of praise had an exultant ring to it. No one knew of Ben's secret gift. And the next day the old Tibetan lady was recalled, and the milk money was there. Had it fallen from heaven? It most certainly had not come in by the door. That they knew. Did the God of Elijah really live? What more potent message could God have given these people? No wonder he deliberately sealed the lips of his servants, confined their hands and their feet, and then poured his life through them that the Chinese church might see and might desire. Their clothes grew ragged, and their food became so poor that the Chinese themselves were moved with pity. Yet still these missionaries sang on, and taught their patched-clothes baby, in heaven love abiding, no change my heart shall fear, until she could sing it too. Was God wrong to do this? In the farthest, most inland part of the great land, was God unfair to ask 2 corns of wheat to die in this world's comfort, that others might see for 2 long years and not just 2 days. God gave them a good stretch of testing time. How is he sufficient for all these things? He sent them to serve by life and so sealed their lips. It was a more potent message. Andrew Murray has warned us how easy it is for the cares of this life to choke the seed. He says, the power of the world, the spirit of its literature, the temptations of business and pleasure, all unite to make up a religion in which it is sought to combine a comfortable hope for the future with the least possible amount of sacrifice in the present. That describes the home church today. But who knows when the drought is going to strike us also? Is it possible for any Christian to put forth green leaves when all he enjoys in life is drying up around him? We feel this question and its answer are worth sharing with you. Hence this book. I will pour water on him that is thirsty. I will pour floods upon the dry ground. Open your heart to the gift I am bringing. While you are seeking, I will be found. So tell me, what would you like me to read next?
Thank you for joining us for this final episode of Greenleaf in Drought Time. Stay tuned for next season's book.